I guess I was wrong about Comstock. He's a bastard, that I am sure. But I was convinced that he was absolutely not a prophet. He did some good predictions earlier in his life, but I couldn't believe he was God's voice. So I always managed to find another explanation. And yet, Book of the Wit, the false shepherd, did come, and Finn confirmed that he had the letters AD written on the back of his hand. All these fables about the monster from the Sodom below who was going to take away our lamb, seems like it wasn't that stupid. However, I still believe he couldn't have been chosen by God. I know the law isn't sugar and honey. I've read the Bible more than once, but I just can't accept the fact that a man like Comstock could be his favorite. I don't think he is the worst of men, but he is absolutely not the best. He's a murderer and a thief. And you should have seen the tower. I've been there earlier today. When the false shepherd was spotted, we received the order to evacuate the lamp from Monument Island. A handful of Columbia's finest soldiers was picked as quickly as possible, meaning reasonably slowly, and sent there. I was part of it. Best sniper of my regiment, yes sir, and probably the best in Columbia. They would have been lost without me. But it was nothing more than a ghost town. We didn't see a soul, and this place was already creepy enough. The tower was filled with strange machines, weird sounds we kept hearing from above us, and I don't know what it really was, but it looked like a medical practice filled with torture devices. We were in a hurry, but we had to search every room, because no one knew where the false shepherd was. Perhaps he was already there, or maybe he was yet to come. We didn't know, and we couldn't allow ourselves to be careless. That's how we've seen the files, the photos, the recordings. If that girl was the lamb, why was she held there like a prisoner? And it was clear that all of this happened without her knowledge. I was disgusted. She was his daughter, and yet she was treated like some criminal or some lab rat, observed day after day by who? Doctors? Scientists? That was sick. And that's when all went south. A high-pitched cry tore the skies and our ears in half. And 1 second later, the tower started to shake. We all recognized the songbird, and we understood that we weren't needed here anymore. The wit must have triggered an alarm upstairs. Almost all of us flew out of the tower. Almost. 2 others decided to stay, trying to catch the false shepherd. We tried to tell them why it was dangerous, but they didn't listen a word. Then the tower was destroyed and they died, because we were stupid. We inspected this mess for a moment, but the bodies of the wit or the lamb were nowhere to be found. But I did learn that the girl had a great taste in books. Well, I am afraid I am not that much into quantum physics. You know what happened next. They escaped the police's ridiculous trap, and then they proceeded to wreak havoc in the Hall of Heroes, where we later found Slade's dead body. After that, they stole the First Lady, which, one way or another, ended up in the hands of the Vox Populi, and finally they were both seen in Finkton. That's where everything started for me.